Hey everyone, this is Momentary Flux. Welcome to the first episode of Factorio, Minimalist Factory with Bob's Mods. Gonna run through the setup real quick and get started. So I do have a variety of mods installed for this playthrough. Mostly Bob's mods, as you can see, but I do have some other ones. I'm just gonna put a zip file that contains all of the mods. There'll be a link in the description if you want to download them all as one sort of package. The main things are just some quality of life upgrades like long reach research, rail tankers, upgrade planner, Farl, and some UI improvements, that kind of stuff. I'm sure we'll go through them sort of as we play, and you can see what's going on. I'll try to explain as much as possible as I go. But we can just move right into the settings here. I'm going to start a brand new game. And I wanted to go through just a little quick overview of what I'm going to do here is... I guess I would say I want to kind of focus more on the building rather than the scavenging for resources, if you will. I've played some games before where I really lowered down the resources to sort of force myself to get away from the base, to go out and collect things, make lots of trains. For this one, I want to have like pretty good amount of resources. With Bob's Mods, it adds a ton of new kinds of resources, such as all of these things here on the left: zinc, lead, etc. So I want to kind of boost things up. There will still be lots of trains. They'll still be getting out there into the map. I played through Bob's Mods once before, quite a ways. I don't think I really made it to the end, and I didn't research everything. I'm hoping to do that in this one, but I did learn what kind of settings I want to go with. So let me get started here. First thing is I like a lot of terrain variation, a lot of water. I like it to be visually interesting, not just a big flat map. So we're going to go with a lot of water. And then everything else here, I'm going to go with high on all of the resources. Because with the RSO mod, things are kind of distributed further from base anyway. No matter how you choose, even if you chose very high for everything, it would still only start you with a small pocket of resources around your starting area, and you still have to go out for it. So I'm just going to set them to high, so I don't have to go hunting over the map for the things I'm looking for. Let's get through all these. Okay. And also, I don't, as far as biters go, I don't want them to be a focus in this campaign. I want them to be out there, because you do need to go after them and collect some of those alien artifacts. And there's a whole new set of them, too, for Bob's Mods if you've never played. So I'm just going to leave these things a little bit. I'm going to drop them down one notch. So let's go... I'm going to make everything big for the resources, and big is the difference between big and very big is quite a lot. Big and medium are much closer to each other, so I'm just gonna go with big so that again we're not sort of starved for resources, especially in my first playthrough. I want to have everything available, so let's keep going here. Crude oil, all right, big. And then for riches, I'm just gonna bump that up one to good on everything. Alright. Trying to concentrate and talk. After doing some testing and stuff, I really I'm starting to get more of an appreciation for other YouTubers and everything that they go through to put together a video. I've spent days learning how to use video software, audio software, editing, all that stuff. So hopefully it'll turn out okay. And I'm sure it'll get better as time goes on. Okay, crude oil, good. We definitely want crude oil to be good because that one's always a A major pain in the butt. Okay. So now that everything's set, just double check everything. A medium starting area. What I'm probably going to do here is I'm probably going to spawn a couple of maps and pick one. And once I pick one, and then I'll fire back up. So I'm going to go through here, unless the first one happens to be reasonable, which is possible. So let's give it a try and see what happens. Okay. So here we go. I went through several reloads, restarts. I did change one setting. I made the starting area bigger, or too big instead of medium, and because I kept seeing biters starting up inside of my beginning map range. So I wanted them to be a little further out. So here we go. I think we have everything we need. There's copper, quartz, I think that's zinc, tin, lead, nickel, and stone. We've got coal, got 3 oil. So I think we're good. I think we got everything. I did start one, got about 5 minutes into it and realized there was no nickel, which is not a showstopper, but you know, I would really prefer to have everything, all the beginning materials in the base and not covered up by water, which I think is what happens on some of these starts. So anyway, here we go. Just, I guess, start with the basic Factorio start here. There's nothing special about Bob's Mods in this regard. Gonna make a couple of pickaxes. Got find the iron. Got my pickaxes. Got my burner inserter, or not inserter, burner drill. And we're gonna need some coal or some wood or something. Might as well chop a few trees down. Get that started. It will be kind of annoying that the coal is a bit far away from the iron, so I'll be running back and forth to that for a while. Alright, so once we get a couple of those, let's see here, where's stone? That's what we're going to need next. So typically I try to get some iron going. You have to get stone in order to make more drills and more furnaces, so that's usually the second thing I need, and a bunch of miners on the coal so we can fuel everything. Alright, so there's some wood, get some stone. I think maybe about 20 stone, so I can make 4, which is 2 burners, drills, and 2 furnaces. So one of those will be for coal, and there'll be another one for iron. A couple more. I definitely think this early game part is not my favorite part of the game. I kind of like the later game where you have a lot more going on. Okay, so let's make 2 of those. It's been a while since I restarted a new game too, so this will be a little rusty, I guess. Oh shit, I'm in the tin, not the iron. Oops. They look very similar, don't they? I'm also a bit nervous, I have to admit, because this is my first real sort of YouTube series. I did one video, but that was it. Let's actually take out half of that. Yeah, I did one other video that I started my channel with a rocksmith playing guitar, which just wanted to do that as a test video now that. But this is the game I've been playing quite a bit lately. Watched a lot of videos from the Factorio community, give me a lot of ideas and stuff. Which kind of brought me to this whole idea of this minimalist factory, because I've seen a lot of factories that are these massive sprawling factories, and you know, I've made a lot of factories like that too, but what I want to do this time is I want to make a factory that is fast and efficient, and it doesn't necessarily need 1,000 assemblers for everything if you have one that operates at blinding speed. So later on in the game, you know, I want well, let me back up here. That's why I think this is going to be really good for Bob's Mods, because Bob's Mods adds new versions of everything in addition, like above and beyond vanilla. For instance, you'll have a mining drill in vanilla, but in Bob's Mods you have, you know, Mark II mining drills, Mark III mining drills, which are faster and extract resources faster. So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking to speed things up. In my first Bob's Mods campaign, which I didn't really make it to the end, but I learned a lot, the things I need to do, and I had an entire massive base running off, well, at least for, like, say for copper, I had one electric furnace that was running the entire base. Granted, it had about 8 beacons with Mark IV speed modules, but you know, that's the kind of thing I'm looking to do. So we'll see how that works out in the end. And also, like, just this sort of the clean aesthetic of minimalism. I don't need a massive bus or a sprawling factory to get things going. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, I'm talking and not playing the game. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so let's see here. We need to make a couple more. Let's see, make some boxes, and we'll get some miner. We'll get a miner on the rock. Get that going. I think I'm out of fuel here, so a couple more trees. Really need to get some miners going on the coal so I can start topping things up there. Alright, get half of you, half the wood there, and the other half there. Alright, so let's see here. We got 25 iron, we got some tin, which we didn't want, but whatever. What am I doing? Okay, need to make some more mining. Here we go. Bob's Mods adds a ton of options to the menu, so I kind of struggle going through there. Sometimes I have to click through a lot of the menus to find what I'm looking for. I use the search function quite a bit later on too, because it gets really massive with all this stuff. Oh, let me hit Alt so we see what we're building here. Alright, we got 16 stone. Let's make some more burner drills. We'll get up there. Okay, that's 4. That's enough to get coal going. So run up to here. Hopefully it won't be covered in trees. But actually, I'm going to need a lot of wood. In Bob's Mods, wood's actually a resource that you need for building the first level of circuit cards, so having a lot of wood is not a bad thing. Like in vanilla, sometimes I end up putting it in a box and shooting it just to get rid of it. But in Bob's Mods, you're gonna need it. So don't destroy it. All right, let's see here. We got 4 drills. Let's find a good spot here. I'm gonna put it up here because when I put some electric drills, I want it to be kind of out of the way. So here's the typical standard design where you just feed them into each other and then just pull out of their inventory. So they just go in a little loop, feeding on each other, and they need a minute to kind of get going there. So I will chop down some trees. I'm going to make some wooden boxes out of these guys. I have a feeling all the trees anywhere in the vicinity of this factory are all going to be destroyed anyway at some point. Alright, so let's make some boxes. Let's get some more stone. Alright. Just a little bit of coal here. And down we go. And this is going to be the process for a little bit here, just running back and forth between iron and stone and getting things up and running. Just making drills. Okay. Let's get those. Some more stone, some more iron, more drills. Okay, so let's make 2 more for iron. And we'll make 1 for copper. And we'll get electricity going here pretty quick. Gonna need more coal. Alright, so those are all going. Let's top up. And back up the coal. Alright, let's see here if we can get one going for copper. As well start, we're going to research automation, just get that out of the way while I'm thinking about it. Alright, copper, here we go. And we'll draw back by in a second when we get some more coal. Let's make 2 more burner drills, and we'll just add them into our line here. Alright. So those are going, make sure everything's good. Yep. Alright, so that's, I think six burner drills on coal should be more than enough for this first phase of the game. I don't think I'm going to need anything more than that, so that's good. We're kind of done there. We'll get this stuff going here. Alright. So what do we need here? We're going to need a bunch of boilers. I'd like to say too that I'm going to try not to do too much steam power. I'm going to try to transition to solar as soon as possible. I really don't like steam just constantly consuming resources like coal and whatnot, and it's a lot easier just to sort of make a big offshore solar farm somewhere away from your base and just, you know, bring the power in with some power poles. Oh, I'm talking and I'm not playing here. Alright, let's get these guys filled up. Keep things running. Alright, let's grab some copper so we can start getting our electricity going. Where are you, copper? There you are. I forgot to fill this up. So I don't have anything else to drop in there. I guess I'll run copper. Coal's not very far. I'll just run over here and get some more coal. Should be plenty now with 6 drills. There we go. Alright. There, that ought to keep things going for a while. Alright. I actually don't need that much copper to get things going, but I'm going to need a little bit more than 6. So we'll wait here for a second. We'll build some more stuff. We'll build 5 steam engines to get started. Gonna need some power poles. I'm missing some wood. I can chop some wood while we're waiting. I'm gonna need a pump and some pipes too. But those are easy. That's just some iron. Okay. Let's max that out. Just short on copper again. So here we go. Make a few more of those. We'll make some. There's the pump. We got 5. All right, so let's see. We need more stone. More stone. So we'll make 15. I think the ratio on the the burners to steam engines is like 14 to 20, 14 to 10, something like that. If you know, drop it in the comments. Let me know. Which reminds me, I believe that this is about the end of the first episode. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here, and we'll pick up here in the next episode. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to like, and if you're interested in following the series, please subscribe. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.